Good morning. Good morning. Today I am going to talk about a topic which prepares me for a presentation that I'm going to do for a group of travel agents and a few tour operators at the end of this month, October. And the topic is how can travel companies, which includes travel agents and tour operators, play a role in combating climate change and regenerating places? I think it's quite a complex topic, and I will try and do it in 6 or no more than 7 minutes. And I have to tell you that there will be a part 2 or perhaps also a part 3 to this podcast, as 6 to 7 minutes is only I will only be able to touch on 1 or 2 points. We live in a period of time in the tourism industry where this term regenerative tourism is becoming more and more of a buzzword. Tourism should regenerate places, should make destinations and stakeholders think about reviving, rejuvenating, hence regenerating. We have been seeing cultural and natural resources abused or used in a manner which many of the stakeholders feel is unethical. We have seen in the last 15-20 years or perhaps more of how tourism creates resource scarcity, of how tourism can create inconvenience and destruction to places and disturbance or disruption to the lives of the local people. So clearly, the next few decades will be about how we can reverse this horrible trend, how we can each play a part. And when I say each, I am talking about how the different sectors, the accommodation sector, which means the hotels and resorts and the places where tourists stay, the food establishments, which is the F&B sector, the meetings venues or the MICE sector, and the transport sector. And today I'm going to focus more on this sector, which includes the travel agents and tour operators. So travel agents and tour operators, interestingly, have a bigger role than they probably think they have. By designing itineraries, the power of the pen is underestimated. When you design an itinerary, you are actually placing a lot of potential traffic and potential impacts, directing them to particular places. So when we think about the role of tour operators and travel agents, designing itineraries, creating tours, we probably have underestimated the might or the impacts such an action can actually bring. So travel agents and tour operators perhaps have a much bigger than probably a very big role in the area of facilitating the regeneration of places. And when we say the regeneration of places, we're also talking about helping communities to revive their heritage and culture. So today I'm going to focus on the local communities who could be on the receiving end of tours. Itineraries contains tours. Itineraries are important weapons in the business of bringing people out or bringing people on excursions, bringing people on travel trips, where we are going, how we are going, and what are we going to do when we get there. Those are very important, very, very impactful things contained in an itinerary. And when we bring people in the manner that we do, And when we put them there and we allow the activities and we promote the activities that they're going to do there, there are outcomes and impacts of all those activities and the presence of all those people. So when we think about how the modern day travel agencies should reconsider or relook the planning of itineraries, or rather the planning of tours and the designing or the redesigning of itineraries, the design of itineraries perhaps should consider or consider more the specific situations that communities in the destinations or the communities in the places where we bring people to face. Understanding the specific situations communities face can have a real influence on what kind of itineraries and on a larger picture what kind of tours we are trying to develop. Will our passengers get to experience issues and specific situations that the local communities get to face on a daily basis? Or will we continue to use resources at local destinations as if the local issues and problems don't exist? So I hope this 6 minutes 40 seconds podcast, I hope it gives you a little bit of an insight of the role of travel agents and tour operators, the mighty role and influence that they have, which perhaps we often have not really gone to appreciate. And I will see you in the next podcast where we will talk about something else relating to the context of travel agencies and tour operators in the fight against climate change in the context of regenerative travel. This is Kevin signing off.